Hey everybody, William the Creator here today, and I am going to do my review on a movie called Bird Box Barcelona, which is a Netflix film. And this film, to me, this movie was boring. The plot was boring. The acting was okay, but it wasn't like decent because the English dub for it was horrible. So I had to go to the actual language and watch it with subtitles, kind of like what I do with most of my time with anime. But the theme, there was too much theme. There was alien invasion theme, a cold horror theme in it, apocalyptic theme, and then of course a survival theme, which is supposed to be the main part of the movie, a survival alien invasion, you know, apocalyptic type movie. But then they throw a cold horror in it because there's a group of characters in there that's part of cult that are, that wants to be with the creatures or foresee with the creatures to wreak havoc on all the people that are trying to survive and not see the creatures. But they want these people to see the creatures so they can beat them, so they can go find more and keep feeding these creatures and have people to believe in them. And then if people do believe in them, that person can become part of their cult, which technically what the movie's about. This one dude who's part of the cult, after 9 months later, after what happened, and after what happened to his daughter, he becomes part of his cult. See his dead daughter. Spoiler alert. If you don't want to watch this review and you haven't seen the movie, go watch the movie, then watch this later on. But his daughter's dead. He starts killing people. He finds groups, start killing people off so he can feed the creatures, so he can please his daughter, and he moves on, and etc. etc. That's how it goes. But technically, the movie does have a lot of flashbacks, where it's like present time flashback, present time flashback, present time flashback. So it's giving you those type of scenario like a TV series, but in a movie platform. And also, they do give a lot of information about the creatures. You do see about how the creatures like to mimic people's voices, how they like to make an illusion of the person. So when you take your blindfold off, you can see that person of your loved ones, and you commit suicide instantly. And also, they take forms of entities that you believe in, like angels or stuff like that, which you will see in a scene with the dude when his daughter dies. He was about to go kill the cult leader of him, make his daughter see the creatures and have her kill herself. He turns around and he sees that the creature manifests itself into a one-eyed angel, and then suddenly manifests itself into his daughter, and then the dude becomes part of that cult, and he just starts doing what they want him to do. Is that to find survivors, join the group by making a line, get them somehow trapped all together in one area, and make them all, open their eyes to see the creatures so they can kill themselves, so their soul can go up to heaven to be in peace. Which, that's where the cold horror comes from. But the dude, the main character, started as an antagonist, and then he moves on and becomes a protagonist after he joins this one group, and he does go on with his motives of what he's supposed to do until he starts having thoughts about it, because there's a little girl in the group that remind him of his daughter. Okay, and this little girl lost her mother, but she's the only one that doesn't speak any other language that the group that she's with don't speak, except she can speak, the only language she speaks is German, and the main guy we follow, he speaks German. He starts talking to her, and he noticed this girl is like his daughter, basically. She doesn't look like her, but she acts like her, and she's trying to survive, and that's where his perspective is going to change. And then while you watch the movie on, and while he kills some of the members of the group, you see his thoughts change about what he's doing, because that one little girl, and he wants to save her, and that's what he does. And basically, the American girl who's always with the little girl, they both do survive because they go to the safe haven that she's told them that her mother and her listened to on the radio 9 months ago, that the military took over for people who trying to survive this apocalypse. And that's basically what the main plot of the story is. The group going there, the guys trying to kill them off one by one, and they're fourth. And they're also the cult leader trying to go after him, because at some point he catches up to them and is like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be with us, but you're doing this. You're not supposed to be doing this. And then that's when havoc starts. But that's technically how the movie is. It's not like the first Bird Box, where it's like you don't know nothing. It's all mystery, and it keeps on like that till the end, and you're like, oh crap, I want more. And then this one, they do give you more, but in a way you don't wanted it. Well, technically I didn't want it. I don't know anybody else. If they wanted it, that's fine by me. That's because that's my opinion. Is I don't want it. If your opinion, you wanted it, that's fine. What I want is them to do more after, after the sequel of the first Bird Box with, like I said, with Sandra Bullock's child, with the Sandra Bullock's character's child, and whoever she's with, which I don't know if was she with a, was it a black guy? I don't remember. I gotta watch it again. But I think it was a black guy that survived with the little girl. But I don't know. I gotta watch it again. But I don't know. It was a little girl, a little boy. That's how long it's been since I seen the movie. But overall, plot boring. Acting was okay. When you watch it in the foreign language, you watch it in the English dub, it's horrible because the words don't match with the lips a little bit. So that's why I changed it. So many themes in it. I'm gonna give it 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10. That's what I'm gonna give it because it didn't catch up to the level I wanted it as a sequel, prequel, spin-off horror movie, if you want to call it. It's not a prequel. I'm just throwing it in there because, because hopefully they're probably gonna make a prequel now of somewhere else, and how this all started, or probably prequel to where the alien actually landed first, and then how it just starts spreading across the world of the invasion to keep going, just to keep this lore and this universe going. Kind of like how they're doing with A Quiet Place. The Quiet Place started off as its own thing. We got the sequel. It started off in the beginning as a prequel story into the present story, kind of like this one. And then there's a new one coming out next year, March, which is like a whole prequel to the whole 2 movies. So, which I'm thinking this one, which is kind of like following the same formula as A Quiet Place, is doing its own first thing, prequel, sequel, and then probably next one's going to be a prequel of how it all started and how it came to the first 2 movies. But other than that, that's my review. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Goodbye, everybody.